What's happening? iSurf Tribe. It's been a couple months since I did a video, and the other day I took out my GoPro and I went for a quick little surf session. And I thought, you know what? Let's grab the clips, make a little video. And what this is one of these small surf spots like in the area that it's kind of like, I like to call it like an entry-level kind of surf spot. And it's what happens is a lot of the kids in around the area will come here because it's kind of a gentle wave. And it's easy, and not a lot of people surf there. It's mostly kids and bodyboarders, and then what ends up happening as they get better and they get older, then they usually outgrow the spot, and then they go to some of the more popular, bigger spots. But one of the things I noticed growing up in Hawaii, living in places like California, Hawaii, Costa Rica, is like any type of a surfing location, there always seems to be like that one spot where it's like good for beginners or good for beginner longboards, where the wave is a little bit gentler. And that's what this spot is. This is what I call like an entry-level surf spot, which it never really gets that big. So when the waves get really, really big in the area, like too big, closed out, usually you can come here and surf and the waves will just be kind of decent. Or sometimes they'll be good, but they're never like big and they're never like super powerful. It's like there's a reef outside that kind of protects it. So if you actually look way out, there's actually a big reef out there, but I don't know if you can see it in the video. And so what I did is I just basically grabbed the GoPro and I just wanted to get some clips of everybody out surfing on my board. Trying to get back into it, this whole COVID thing. A lot of people stopped surfing, they closed the beaches. Well, things are now kind of open, back to normal. People are surfing in the morning, surfing throughout the day, and things are slowly getting back to the way they were. So it's kind of like a celebration surf with a bunch of people. And right now, like during this session, the waves were really good at some of the other spots, but I had a couple girls from the area that I took surfing, and they're like intermediates and beginners. So I wanted to take them to a place where they could just kind of feel comfortable and not have to worry about big waves, and there's not that many people. Actually, today it was actually quite crowded, and the reason is because the waves were big everywhere else. So pretty much, you come here. But like I said, crowded here is like 10 people, 12 people. I think you'll see a clip in a little bit where you'll kind of see like, and the thing is, this is a high tide spot, so it's got a window of opportunity that you can surf it. So it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours before and after high tide. Probably, we'll say an hour and a half. So there's like a 3-hour window that you can kind of surf it, and it's its best. And then what happens is when the tide drops out, the rocks start to get exposed and all that. But it's such a gentle wave that, like you don't really have to worry about the rocks, because it's not like a pounding wave that pounds you and throws you down. And that's why if you look, you'll see that a lot of them are boogie boarders. Also, this is one of the only spots where there's a lot of boogie boarders, bodyboarders. You just don't see a whole lot, at least in our area. But a lot of the local kids here, they like to hop on bodyboards and learn to bodyboard. So you'll see like half of the people out are bodyboarders. And I think in a second you'll see a clip with Jefferson, who's the junior bodyboarding champion, I believe, Costa Rica. I'll point it out when I see him, but it's like he's basically kind of like inspired a lot of the other kids to start bodyboarding. And there are some benefits to boogie board, bodyboard, whatever you want to call it. Like one, it's much cheaper to get. The boards can pretty much last forever because they don't, you don't really break a boogie board in half. Here we go. This is Jefferson right here. I told him, go ahead, let me try to get behind you. And pops a quick, simple 360 all day long. And it's just a fun spot. And a lot of these kids pretty much learned to basically surf and be in the water here. And then some of them turn into competitors and great surfers. I think there's a clip where it's Jefferson's brother, who's also one of the competitors and competes in the open and the junior contest nowadays. Goes by the name of Kenneth. What's up, guys? Here he is right here. So it's just like his home break. So he jumps down, grabs a few waves. But of course, if the waves are really good, you'll also see him out at some of the other spots. But I actually really enjoyed the session because it reminds me of back in the day when I was young and learning to surf, and friends would just go out and you cheery. Nobody's like being too aggressive. Everybody's just kind of happy and smiling. And I think when you get to a higher level, sometimes you lose that because it just turns into a whole different thing. But a spot like this, it's like everybody's kind of just having a good time, and nobody's like trying to prove anything, and you're pretty much always letting people go. You're not trying to hog all the waves, and you know, this is probably one of the most crowded I've ever seen this spot. So, and it's just because it was just everything was good. The conditions were good. The time that the high tide, you know, because the high tide changes every day. It like moves 45 minutes. But it was like perfect sunset high tide, so everybody's out of school, and you know, it was too big at a lot of other spots. But anyways, just wanted to throw a quick video where you guys get to feel like you are here with me. And I plan on doing some more videos. I know that we've taken a break, but I love making these videos and I love hearing your guys' feedback. So tell me what you guys want to hear. And as always, pura vida and aloha.